Greetings, dear, beautiful, magnificent, glorious being that you are. That's who we all are. Animals too. But my topic, who's been controlling you? And control, isn't it kind of interesting? Con means with, it also means without, and it also means phony or fake, and a troll. So who's been controlling you? So trolls are going out there and trolling things, okay? So who's been controlling you? And I look at myself, who's been controlling me? You know, a lot of times we say, you know, they took my power. Well, you actually gave it away. Yeah, but we were also tricked, lied to, faked, and whatever it may be, to believe those thoughts and to follow that path that caused us so much trouble, okay? So ultimately, we have to come back. The only power you have is the one you come back to yourself and taking your power back to yourself. And what that means is you have to look at where you've been giving your power away. Who's been controlling you? Well, one of the things, who controls your money? And a lot of times people, what do you mean? Well, who's controlling you through money? There's some people, they decide, well, I'll manage your money and I'll tell you what you can do and what you can't do, because after all, I'm the one that knows how to do that. And so, you know, I'll tell you, and now you have to ask me, you see, even though it's your money, but you have to ask me because I'm in the position, I'm the gatekeeper, okay? So then I'll manage that. You got somebody else, I'll manage this for you, that, and I'll manage this for you, and I'll manage that for you. So then what happens is, ultimately, you're also controlling them, because whoever you think is controlling you, you're controlling them by allowing them to control you, because then you can keep the relationship or keep your illusion of what you need for security that will protect you, that will maintain you, that will prosper you in all these ways. So it's this convoluted way that everybody does the same, so you know it's the same mind. I have to tell you that. It's the same mind that puts all that together. So who's controlling you is also being controlling you through money, is money. You're paid to do a job. You're paid to do something. Well, it's a job. It's just a job, nothing personal. It's all personal. I have to tell you, it's all personal. Can't just say it's not personal. It's all personal. And what you do, regardless of whether you're paid for it or not, is actually affecting you first. And that kind of an experience, it's like someone that I know had like this motorcycle accident, and all this stuff happened. And what I'm wondering is, where did he disobey the laws of nature, the natural law? Now you might say the law of nature is dog eat dog, fierce eat fish. That's also a false nature, because I have a sense animals take after our consciousness, and we were tricked in a sense to become predators when we're actually the caretakers of the wealth. We're the caretakers of animals and the garden, the true divine, spiritual, magnificent garden of beauty and harmony and love and joy and play and infinite variety and creativity in all aspects. So we want to look to who's controlling you. It's who are you controlling by allowing them to control you. It could be in a relationship, you know, where you could be with a passive aggressive, or you could be with the sociopath, or you could be with a psychopath. And these people, you ask, well, how did I get there? Well, who knows? I mean, at some point, but it was something that was appealing to you, something in your consciousness, or perhaps you were there to help or to heal that person at some level, or could have been someone you've known in many, many so-called past lives and all of that. But also, see, it's all this fear we have that we have to control, because the mind is based on controlling and controller. So everything that's based on duality has opposites, and everything in this realm has opposites. And how you bring those opposites together is that you realize that heads and tails of a coin make up the coin. Heads never see the tails, and the tails never see the heads, but they can only exist with each other. You go above that to the primal existence, that is you, that is giving power to those words, to those opposites, to that duality, that fighting. And so the greatest challenge is to be able to be centered in who we are, and not giving the power away to all these thoughts, to these old habits, to these old patterns. And then that whole thing of how then we control others, or others are controlling us, then we have to protect our situation. And we have to promote ourselves in some way as the protector, because a controller will appear as a protector and a maintainer. And so therefore, it's like doing a job you get paid for, or staying in a situation like say perhaps you have in a marital situation maybe many, many years, and all of the business, and the person knows where you have all your goodies and where they are, and they know everything about you. And also they have holding things. It could be some children that they're holding there. And then you're a loving, giving, kind, generous person. And now all of a sudden, the generosity and the giving, you've got monsters on the other side that now are threatening, if you leave or you do this, they'll do things to you. I mean, the people do this out there. And then the person's saying, well, I guess I have to stay. And every day, more fear, and more down, and more depressed, and more, agitation, and all. Why not give them half of everything? Let them have it. Oh my God. I remember it's like when it was time for me to go, and I realized, hey, this is a mistake, but that's okay. I got value from it. So I'm going to take the value, and it's going to be a stepping stone to my basically liberation. Absolutely. Self-realization, self-actualization, self-activation in all of who we are. And so when you see who's been controlling you, and who's been controlling you through the money, and you have to ask them permission, can I do this and be that? And then the other person is doing this. That's what couples tend to do in order to hold the thing into place. Or we do it with the government, they're going to do this, or we're going to do it with this group and that group, and now we hate the people because they didn't do what we wanted them to do. And the people are torturing themselves in the mind and visualizing it and having it. And it's like the fear of letting go of the controls. Control your own self, control your mind. And when you realize what it's doing and what it is and what you're doing to yourself, someone who's really locked into that control game is so dependent on another. They will destroy that person in order to maintain themselves and to keep that person, you see, as their source. And so we get that my source is my beloved within. Divine, it's like God is my unlimited, opulent source and supply. My divine, not the word they say out there. It means it's beyond words, that I am part of, my beloved, who we are all together. And we're all individuals and who we are. So to really free ourselves, just like the prison guard is in prison just as much as the prisoner. The controller is being controlled just as much as the one they were controlling. The person who is building that fake reality of protection and security is all a mind game so that they can alleviate their greatest fear, because they've never done their spiritual work, you see. They've never invested in their spiritual work. they get a little bit of something that's okay now because they got the rent paid. Now I'll go back to the way I was. Yeah. Got to dig down, and you got to do the work and take a look at who's controlling you and who are you controlling and where are you giving your power. Where are you using your oxygen, for the mind or for yourself and the soul, you see. Whew. Okay, watch these videos, apply them, share them with others that you know that can have benefit. Yes, test it. Don't believe me or anybody else. This is for you to do. Yeah. When you're free, you are already free. Enjoy your freedom. It's your freedom. That means you don't have a bunch of limiting thoughts controlling you. Wow. Great idea. Remember it.